Hello, I'm Joe Barks. Welcome to another edition of The Road Back, brought to you by Club and Resort Business, Club and Resort Chef, and the Club and Resort Chef Association. Today's episode is sponsored by the Yamaha Golf Car Company, which builds on the more than 60-year legacy of the Yamaha brand to manufacture some of the best engineered and highest quality golf, utility, and specialty vehicles in the industry. With assembly and production of all cars at its Noonan, Georgia facility, Yamaha is known for a number of industry firsts, including electronic fuel injection technology in a golf car to produce the best gas mileage and smallest carbon footprint, fully independent four-wheel suspension for the smoothest ride in the game, and the first gas-powered car that is almost as quiet as its electric counterpart. Visit YamahaGolfCar.com/stay active, stay healthy for best practice guidelines for cleaning and disinfecting Yamaha vehicles to ensure their safe use at your club. For today's fresh insight into how club and resort properties are meeting the challenges posed by the coronavirus outbreak and finding new and innovative ways to boost business levels and return to full operation, we're going to look at how Pennsylvania's Lancaster Country Club has not only dealt with the challenges brought by the pandemic this year, it's also launched a major renovation and expansion project that it calls a defining moment in the club's 120-year history. We're joined today by Lancaster Country Club's Chief Operating Officer and General Manager Ryan Granruth and the club's Director of Membership and Communications, Andrea Zimmerman. Thanks both of you for giving us a few minutes today. Ryan, maybe you could start by just giving us a quick summary of all that your defining moment project is going to involve and the timeline for when the planning for it began and for its scheduled completion.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having us today, Joe. This project, the planning for it began about 3.5 years ago, and it involved a series of surveys, town halls, focus groups, demographic studies, studies within the club and member use. And what we did is we cultivated all that information and developed a infrastructure plan that would meet the needs of not only now, but the future. And what the plan involves, it's an activities pavilion that's going to have a resort-style pool, along with a fitness center, group exercise room, casual dining, indoor golf simulators, a youth activities room for childcare. We're also going to add a paddle hut down to our rackets complex. And then where the current pool is on property, we're going to take that pool out and create a golf plaza, which is going to be off the back of the clubhouse, which will provide a 180-degree view of the golf course for members dining on our a la carte patio. So it's quite a comprehensive plan for us. Phase 2 of that plan will be the interior of the clubhouse, which will be a full renovation of the decor and finishings within the clubhouse that's existing.
So you planned all that 3.5 years ago, and now you have a coronavirus outbreak this year. So what sort of discussions did that bring about, concerning the project, both in terms of possibly adjusting its timing or what it would involve and in planning for some needed adjustments that might have to be made when completing it?
Yeah, in keeping with the 2020 theme, we were set to go public and release all the renderings, all the videos, the week that everything shut down here in Pennsylvania. So obviously that hit the pause button on everything. We did keep the design process moving during that time, but we took a couple month break before green lighting the project, where the board and the membership and myself just monitored what was going on. There was a lot of unknown, but by the time we got to June, we found out that we were in a position of strength financially. Things were looking up for us despite all of the issues that were going on. And so the club and the board wanted to position itself for post-coronavirus, hopefully sometime in 2021, to be in a position of strength rather than trying to play catch up. Because in 2008, those that have been in the industry for a while know that a lot of clubs hit the pause button in that time out of necessity and then spent the next several years trying to play catch up. We didn't want to be in that position. And we were lucky enough to have a strong financial position that allowed us to move forward despite the environment we find ourselves in right now.
Did you still create a lot of best and worst case scenarios?
Oh, we did. And that was part of the original planning process that began 3.5 years ago, is having a series of off-ramps along the way in case of economic or membership downturn. Well, here we are. Nobody quite predicted a pandemic, but the plan has worked. Having those off-ramps and some of the subsequent phases of the project, the board has yet to commit to because we want to play it conservative and we want to play it safe. But we're laying the groundwork and giving the board options for when that time comes to make that decision. We have multiple options at our disposal, nothing that's singular.
Andrea, I know a major project like this always brings about a lot of extra communication requirements and membership, for staff, for the outside world. Have you had to approach any of that differently for this project because of the different environment we're operating in?
So that's exactly correct. We knew early on, even before the coronavirus, that frequent communications with the membership and the general public was going to be extremely important through the construction process. So we did plan for and in early June launched a dedicated webpage for the construction project where membership and the general public can go on and review club or project details along with a virtual tour of the project and various renderings about regarding the project. And in addition to that, we launched a series of weekly construction video updates that allows membership and the general public to keep a pulse on all the activity with the project. In addition to that, we launched a club blog this summer and continue to utilize social media. So the club is on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn to continue to share what's going on with the project, but also what's going on here at the club. We have a lot of exciting things going on and we have a lot to share. So we've found success in utilizing all of these resources and platforms to get the word out.
Now you're getting into it. Are you seeing any or anticipating any benefits in construction or other aspects that may come when you move forward with it?
Yeah, first and foremost, with the interest rates where they are, it made the availability of money significantly cheaper than we planned in our long-term capital, which we anticipate will save us over $1 million over the 10-year period of the loan. So it's frees up significant capital for us. In addition, another benefit was obviously because of the COVID restrictions right now, our banquet business has all been wiped out for the next year. And so the club faced the decision of, do we go in and renovate these spaces now? Well, they're not being used because of COVID restrictions, and only you lose the operating income one time versus losing it now because of COVID and then again in another year because of construction. So that was an ancillary benefit that allowed us to keep our operating revenue flowing once we emerge from this next spring or summer.
So are you getting a lot of buzz with the announcement of this project, both within your existing membership and potential new members and the local community?
We have, and oddly enough, on Sunday, the local newspaper here, the Lancaster newspaper, published a very comprehensive overview and article about the project, from strategy to details about the various aspects of the project, renderings. And so that was published on Sunday, this past Sunday afternoon. And by the time I walked into my office on Monday morning, I had 20 inquiries that were between the time that it was published and Monday morning. So this week I've been fielding calls, I've been fielding emails, I've hosted tours for prospective members. So we're encouraged by not just the activity that we saw as a result of that article, but just to step back a little bit, this summer we welcomed over 31 new members over the course of 45 days, which for reference is double the amount that we welcomed over the last 2 years combined. So we're extremely encouraged by the support of the project and everything that the club is moving forward with at this time.
Well, that's great. We really thank you both for filling us in on this exciting project and how your club is moving forward with it, despite the added and unforeseen challenges that this year's brought you with the pandemic. And we'll certainly be watching eagerly for updates on its project and for the opportunity to feature the final project and the club's new look and spirit in our future coverage. So thanks again, both of you, and good luck with everything going forward.
Thanks so much, Joe.
Thank you, Joe.
Once again, this has been The Road Back, brought to you by Club and Resort Business, Club and Resort Chef, and the Club and Resort Chef Association. And today's episode was sponsored by the Yamaha Golf Car Company. If you have a great idea or success story you'd like to see featured on a future episode of The Road Back, please contact us at editor@clubandresortbusiness.com.